Dog! Dog! Dog!
Dog.
All right now.
What if my coverage isn't right? What if I accidentally hit a food truck? What if it gets covered in empanadas?
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Thanks.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
This is what we've always dreamed of. A place to compete, where we're seen and heard.
This moment right here, can nobody take this from me?
A platform to be unapologetically ourselves and celebrated for it.
We are the future.
The space to be loud, where we are resilient, ruthless, radiant. Athletes Unlimited defies all expectations. And only we know the determination it takes to get here. This is where champions are forged. No more asking, explaining, or justifying what we do. Get ready, because this is our moment.
Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN, presented by the Air National Guard. Year 3 of Athletes Unlimited has already had the record book rewritten. Dynamic pin attackers, dominant middle blockers are about to serve up the final night of our Week 1 action. 2 unbeatens, Team Edmond versus Team Nootsara. Who goes 3-0? Welcome inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside Missy Whittemore as we kick off another doubleheader here on a Monday night. And Missy, there is no doubt that the level has been raised in Year 3.
Absolutely. Talent rising, records falling, and several of those at the hands of Team Edmond, including the individual match dig record, which was broken by libero Morgan Hintz. She posted 25 digs in those 3 sets on night 1.
Let's take a look at our leaderboard as it stands coming into the evening. You're going to see a lot of these 2 teams represented. The women in purple, the women in blue. Team Edmond has lost just 1 set throughout the weekend. A lot of talented outside hitters, and you see right there Danielle Hart in the 5th position, a middle blocker, looking to make a move up. It's been efficiency and defense at the net.
She has been a highlight. Danielle Hart was part of Team Edmond's record-breaking block performance last night. She posted 5 of the team's 18 blocks as they captured the new single-match block record that was 14. Alongside her, you will have middle Jenna Rosenthal, going to make for a really nice pair for Team Edmond out of the middle.
Let's take you from a middle blocker to what was a middle hitter performance for Ali Bastianelli.
Yeah, Ali Bastianelli is actually the league leader here at AU in career blocks, but as you alluded to, she had a really nice offensive performance last night. Double-digit kills on her way to a 690 hitting efficiency, and alongside her will be Molly McCage. Get ready, because I think we're in for one of what will be the best middle blocker matchups in all of AU this year.
We're not going to make you wait. First serve underway. Allie Linehan with the swing. Formerly Allie Stumler out of Kentucky. If you've been following along with collegiate volleyball, this team in purple, Team Edmond, has a variety of options at the outside.
Yeah, and if you've been following along college volleyball, you take a look at the floor, and it's Kentucky, it's Wisconsin, it's Stanford. Those are some programs who have made big waves in recent years.
Short serve right off. McCage with the first swing. And a redirect. You're talking about youth. How about some experience in our Cruz?
And hasn't she been key to Nootsara's success over the course of the weekend? Did not start initially in the very first match, was inserted into that match, and absolutely just provided the stability. I think the small pieces of the game, maybe not so small, people might think small, but the serve receive and some of the things that she has been able to do have really contributed to their success.
This is a matchup everyone's been looking forward to. 2 of the most offensive teams put together in Week 1. Remember, the draft happens on Tuesday. Teams are reconstituted every week. So what you're watching right now, this is what we've been looking forward to since the draft last Tuesday, will never happen again. It's going to be a completely new combination.
And as soon as I got to look at the draft, I have to say this is the match that I had circled.
Now, the way this league works is that you draft on Tuesday, you play Friday, Sunday, and Monday. And then you redraft again. 44 athletes in total in the player pool. The top 4 at the end of any one week in our innovative scoring system are the captains. So right now, it looks like Team Edmond is due for a breakup.
Yeah.
They have 3 of the top 4 players. If the captainships were determined right now, they would all be drafting against one another.
And it just feels like this match is going to go such a long way in determining who will be our 4 captains next week.
Just wide from Claire Chaussee, one of the dynamic young attackers. Just look at the leaderboard there, live updating on the left-hand side of your screen. Allie Linehan with the lead, and you will see this move over time. What's going to happen right now is that the teams that are already at the top are going to continue to fight it out.
Kevin, something I'm noticing right away is Team Nootsara has gone with Ari Cruz and Claire Chaussee at the left pin and using Yassiana Presley at the right pin. We have seen them interchange their pins over the course of the weekend.
Yeah, Presley started at outside hitter on Friday night. Proved very effective in the opposite last night. And last night was a lot of fun. If you were a fan, Team Nootsara might have been a little stressful. They became just the second team to lose the first 2 sets and then come back and win the overall. They won 70-69 on one. It ended up being a 100-point swing by Ari Cruz.
Yeah, I feel actually really honored to have been a part of it. It was so much fun. You could just feel the tension in the gym as that ball was put into play, the 100-point ball.
Well, it was 18 blocks last night. They're already adding to their block total on the weekend for Team Edmond. If you look at the point breakdown, you get 40 points for each set win. You get those right at the end of the set. You get 60 points for the overall. That's on aggregate score, the addition of all. Your individual stat points, plus and minus, will cover that, and then there's some MVP voting. All of those factor into the total point score for any one individual player and their place in the individual championship chase that is Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Edmond, wow, she's shown some range and power in 23.
A couple one-arm poke plays, and Leah Edmond manages to get a swing out of it. If there's anybody that's going to take a big rip, it is Leah Edmond. The free ball from Yassiana Presley. The jab in the middle. Jenna Rosenthal covers herself, and Leah Edmond puts it away.
Bad pass by Chaussee. She'll get a chance to hit out. Morgan Hentz with the dig. That was not the roll shot Edmond intended to hit, but that's okay. Bastianelli misses the other way.
No surprise to see Nootsara get Bastianelli going early. We just mentioned how well she played offensively last night, and we know Nootsara loves to get her middles involved.
A quick open of 8-2 from Team Edmond, who I already had up 1-0 actually, because I feel like they won warm-ups. I don't know what that's worth on the leaderboard, but they were thumping some balls in the warm-ups, and they have carried that right through to our first of what will be 3 sets. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball in action. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN is sponsored by the Air National Guard and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact.
It was so easy finding a community of sports fans like me on Underdog Fantasy. Even my dog uses their app to pick his favorite players. He just takes his paw.
The cereals you love, now with 2 times the vitamin D.
Hey, Jake from State Farm.
You know, it's really scary.
Popcorn with no butter.
No, getting insurance. I mean, what if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
Hey, at State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Sorry. Is that seat taken?
Get on up here, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
Most wanted? Yeah, for my cup of ale.
I saw.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The role of a captain is basically you're everything. You're the coach, you're the leader, you're everything. It's nice that I got a whole year kind of off from being a captain, and I got to sit back and learn and just be a part of that. And I think coming from season 1 to season 3, being a captain, I've learned so much, and I think every captain has their own kind of like philosophy of how they want to pick, but I know for me the biggest thing is making sure I'm around people that love the game as much as I do. And you only get 3 sets, so you got to really get a move on. And so being around people who understand the pressure of we got to play really, really well, but also enjoying every moment.
Welcome back to Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. Just a couple rallies into this game. Team Edmond leading 8-2. I'm Savannah Collins. Right now, we're seeing Team Edmond continue to excel. We heard a little bit from Captain Leah Edmond. She has got this thing down. They've only lost one set so far this week. 17 out of 20 spots on the top of the leaderboard are held by the purple squad. And time again, they pull it out when the game is close. Going into this game, I asked her, what are you looking to do right in the final game of the weekend? She gave me 3 things. She said, we're gonna stay on top of the defense. No matter what substitutions or changes the blue team makes, we're going to stay calm. And she said it all weekend in her huddles. It's let's play a clean game. Keep it clean. That's what they've been focused on every match. Kevin, Missy, back to you.
Calm and clean. That sounds to me like a reasonable plan, and it's being executed right now. Genesis Collazo, number 77, with another kill, and it's 9-2.
And a couple of roll shots early here from Leah Edmond. I think she's committed to the clean game. She realizes she can't afford to give points away. You know, she's not going to error her team out of a rally. Why would you when you have Morgan Hintz in the back row to dig balls? So let your defense live to play another rally.
We'll have a captain's challenge here on the floor coming off that play out of the timeout. Kevin Barnett with Missy Whittemore and Savannah Collins on the sidelines. They're looking for a net touch this time. Hoping to reverse things. Team Nootsara using one of their 2 challenges for this set.
Let's see if we can see anything here.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe you're calling another timeout, or maybe you're looking for the block. Nothing there either.
Early on in that rally when Collazo made a play at the net, Kendall White seemed to make a motion early. I don't feel like this is a timeout use of a challenge because they just had a timeout. I'm not sure that it's to anyone's advantage to slow play again this quickly.
It's not to our advantage,
no.
But it is to yours if you want to go get a Gatorade from the fridge and bring that back here early on. If you're already a little exhausted at 9-2, you can do that. I mentioned that Team Edmond became only the 2nd team to come back from a 2-0 deficit. We've actually had 7 matches now where a side has lost 2 sets but won the overall. It's just that they've gone in split the other 5 times. No doubt about this first set right here, and it's going to be an ace serve. 10-2 Team Edmond with a dream start.
You saw Ari Cruz there shading to her left just a little, trying to help Claire Chaussee, who's the front row left side in this particular rotation, trying to allow her to bail out and think about attacking.
Chaussee covered for the moment. Can they get a swing? Presley cannot. Will the purple side make him pay? Chaussee throws it into the tape and does get a piece of Jenna Rosenthal. We've mentioned how the points go up and down. You talk about clean volleyball, not wanting to hurt her side. That usually is just referring to the team score. Here, it's also your own individual score, pluses and minuses based on your action.
Absolutely, because that attack error is a -8, and Leah Edmond is certainly in contention to finish in the top 4 on the leaderboard, which would make her a captain. And you heard her say earlier in the broadcast, a captain last year. So that means there was not a single week where she finished in the top 4 on the leaderboard. There is a good chance that that could happen for her in week 1 of season 3.
There's a good chance they take this first set. They have already put together a substantial lead, +8. OT, dug by hands, but just out of bounds.
Claire Chaussee, who is off to an amazing start in night 1, MVP 1 honors, a little quieter last night, but boy, do I like the way she has started here.
In and out of the lineup last night. It's going to be interesting to follow the younger players and see how the scouting reports affect their play. And if they end up as captains, how those responsibilities will affect their play.
Yeah, that really piques my interest.
Ari, dug by Morgan. Outside. Allie into the block through Yelsiana.
Good block set up. They have a beat on Allie here early, but Allie just overpowers this block. You see Yassiana Presley there, as we mentioned, playing on the right side here early tonight alongside Allie Bastianelli, and she's able to find some room there between the blockers.
Linehan and Chaussee got off to those hot starts on night 1. They both struggled in night 2. And we've been looking forward to this matchup as Rosenthal gets the long strides to pick up the second contact. In rhythm pass. Presley digging in was Edmond. Yeah, put your helmet on when number 22 is swinging. Outside, in rhythm, tipped over, Bastianelli with the touch. Yes, feast on that, looking for a touch. And I think there might have been one that time. We could see the second captain's challenge already used. And indeed, it is from Nootsara.
I'm with you. I do think maybe there was a touch on this, but the early block touches by Team Edmond that allowed the defense to dig those initial swings from Yassiana Presley were so important. And then it's the assist perhaps from Kendall White, and we'll see here. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I like a transition swing like that where it's way off the net, and especially with a non-setter. Put that thing up on top of the tape. Let your jumper go get it. Let her climb the ladder.
Yeah, if you can high point the ball like Yassiana Presley, high hands all day long. If she goes up and gets it, I like that ball from Kendall White.
We've seen her just go flat OT, straight in.
Yeah. In real time, I felt like Danielle Hart got a piece of this.
I'm not seeing it in the replay.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm seeing it. Okay.
I'll tell you what I do see for Yassiana Presley. She's jumping into this ball too much. I'd like to see her close more to her left, and then she could snap over down that line with just as much power, rather than jumping from what looks like about 3 feet in to about 8 feet in.
Only has angle.
Yeah, you're wasting all that vertical going sideways. I think if she closes inside and elevates, she then can just have her choice, and I think that's a flat-out kill.
And we mentioned the fact that she has flipped back and forth from the left pin to the right pin. So some of that is footwork adjustment for a younger player.
Yeah.
Playing on the right side, making those adjustments.
You'll notice how much line, when the point of contact happens right there, how much line does she have?
Yeah. If her feet are to the ball, she has all kinds of line to swing out there.
She could have blown up Rosenthal right there in the left back.
Yeah.
But instead, she has no option. She's got to go high hands and hope for a touch call, as Young Park has made a decision. Call confirmed, no touch. It remains Team Edmond.
The reaction of Yassiana Presley, she cannot believe it.
Well, we were with her in real time. That's already 2 challenges used by Nootsara, and we are 17 points in. There's a whole half a set left to be played here. Bastianelli managed to sneak that one through. 13-5.
And if you are just joining us this weekend and haven't had the opportunity to watch Nootsara set, keep your eye on 13 in blue, Captain Nootsara. She is just so deceptive in her delivery. Doesn't matter where she is on the floor, she'll find her middles, finds them when you don't expect her to find them. So much fun to watch.
Yeah, Nootsara Tomcom. We had a rather large contingent from her home nation of Thailand last night. They were loud and excited. And there is one of those beautiful layoff deliveries.
Right back to her. Molly McCage takes first contact. It's one of those moments where you just don't expect it. Great effort on the part of McCage to come off the net quickly and then right back up in the air. Look at the transition from Molly McCage. This is such a fun middle matchup. I can't get enough of it.
Molly McCage is all about transition right now. No challenges to use here.
No challenges. And Claire Chaussee really thought that one was in. But as you said moments ago, only 17 points in to set 1, and Nootsara was out of challenges.
All right, Team Nootsara still looking for a little momentum here in the first set. Team Edmond came out on the attack. There's a little 31 go. Molly McCage playing the role of deception there. And Molly McCage, I said transition. It's been a real interesting ride for Molly. First year, going to work with Gallo after playing in Athletes Unlimited. Going to take a real job.
That's no fun.
Got rid of that. Second year was working at Pepperdine as the director of ops for Marv Dunphy. And enjoying that. and then playing Athletes Unlimited. And now this year, she's going to play Athletes Unlimited, for whom she's worked over the last 18 months. And then she's going to go and play more professional volleyball. She is once again a professional player and hoping to get 5, maybe 10 years out of that path alone in the United States.
Important time of transition for her, and she actually lists Coach Marv Dunphy as someone who has made a big impact in her life.
Yeah, I love Marv Dunphy. I played for him at Pepperdine University, time on the national team as well. Gold medal winning coach in 1988. As we look now at our top middle blockers, interesting with the point totals here. Danielle Hart way up.
Yeah, and it's because of her individual statistical performance, because these 4 middles, guess what? They're all in this match right here. These 2 teams have a lot of win points. That's why those 4 at the top. But the big gap there for Danielle Hart just speaks to how well she is playing.
And also those set victories mattering. Remember, team success, as much as we talk about the individual points, and we'll stress that, the positives and negatives, your actions having an effect on you and your team, where it used to be just on your team. We also want to remind you that if your team isn't winning, you're not on the leaderboard. You're not going to be high. Josiana Presley's always high every time she jumps. Doesn't matter. Rosenthal with a little tap over on 2.
Do you think that was by design? She just knocked it over the entire defense there.
No, that's pure instinct. Instinct and reaction by Rosenthal, who sometimes plays 4s up there in the Milwaukee area.
Okay.
Yeah. The cage throws it through. And we've already seen an ace in this match, and that meant that 10 trees got planted. So for every ace, the Aspiration folks are going to plant 10 trees. It's the Aspiration Aces program. We're excited to once again have Aspiration sponsoring Athletes Unlimited Volleyball and bettering the planet.
Credit those first 10 trees to Team Edmond earlier in the match. We'll see if Nootsara can plant a few.
Yeah, Team Edmond will actually be receiving those trees right after the game. They come in large planter boxes, and you have to figure out a way to put them in your luggage. They're working on Chaussee. She has seen the lion's share of receptions. That off the face of Edmond and out the end zone.
Ouch. And if you wonder how high this game is played above the net, yes, that was really off the face of Edmond.
Who hit you the hardest ever in your career in the face? Do you remember?
Ooh. Maybe Patricia Moreno, a Brazilian that I played with.
Okay.
Heavy arm.
Like it.
Yeah.
That ball skips long, and Nootsara trying to scratch and claw their way back in. Remember how important these points are, because we're going to do it on aggregate. You don't just wipe the slate clean at the end of a bad first set. You can't give away points and just move on, European style. You have to actually get those points back, so in the overall you don't have a massive deficit. That's going to be a back row blocker.
And we saw a crafty Sydney Hilly several times yesterday with a soft block below the level of the net. But that time, she's jumping up trying to make a play on the ball, and because she's above the height of the net, she becomes a back row blocker.
Remember, 40 team points right now in the offing for this first set. You get 60 for that overall win we've talked about, so there are 180 total points available as team points in any match that we have, and those are team points, but they're awarded individually to each player.
And as I take a look at the scoreboard right now, not only obviously is Edmond's team going for those 40 team points, but they have created a nice little gap here that could go a long way in terms of the aggregate scoring if they can push to the end. But Team Nootsara are not going away.
No, in fact, it looks like they found a little bit of rhythm. It hasn't necessarily been in the passing, but Nootsara has found the open hitter.
Yeah, no surprise.
Ooh, that might have been out. It's a perfect pass anyway. Cannot be handled for a second contact.
I just really appreciate the fact that we're getting a heavy dose of the middles on both sides of the net, because we got 4 really good ones in this matchup. Jenna Rosenthal in on the action this time, and in serve receive on that pass there by Leah Edmond, who really stays with it. I thought that could be one of the keys to tonight's match. Serve reception, particularly for Edmond, as they've really gone after her.
Taylor Bruns-Tegenroot checks in. Danielle Hart checks off another block. So Tegenroot will remain at the line with her side up 21-13.
You said moments ago a little 31 go to Ari Cruz, and I noticed that they are setting her a pretty fast ball to the pin tonight. At times she'll hit something a little higher. We'll see if they make any adjustments.
Working down the line on Chaussee on the other side. It will generate a free ball. Short. Edmond there. There's more middle attack. Hart collects her first kill.
It was Jenna Rosenthal moments ago, but it really doesn't matter on either side of the net what rotation you're in. These are very capable offensive middles. And Danielle Hart, we bragged on her blocking coming into this one, but she's no slack offensively.
5 kills out of the middle in this set for Team Edmond.
Good stuff.
And 22-13 nets a timeout. Second one for Team Nootsara. Team Nootsara has used all their challenges and their timeouts in what has been a dominant first set performance from Team Edmond. Team Edmond opened the weekend with a 77-73 victory over De La Cruz. They won 2-1 in that one. Morgan Hens 25 digs, setting all-time record. And then Valentine Anderson, it was 75-58, a more dominant performance, running 3-0. Edmond had 17 kills in that one. Every player gets an opportunity to be drafted into this league. Sometimes it's a special moment for that player.
I'm not sure that I would still be playing if it wasn't for the opportunity to stay in the United States. So it makes that really, really exciting to just be able to continue my career and stay in the States close to home where I'm very familiar and comfortable with everything and get to just play with so many great players.
These younger players have really expressed their gratitude for those who have gone before them and really laid the groundwork, because so many of them just say they feel so comfortable playing in the States, being closer to home, and there are players in the past who just didn't have that opportunity. And so to see the combination of the young and the old here together and to see how thankful those younger players are is something really special.
Danielle Hart taking advantage of the opportunity here professionally to have some outstanding top shelf stats, which we've talked about. Savannah Collins has been roaming around. Savannah, what do you have?
Well, I talked to Danielle Hart pregame, and Missy, you hit exactly what she mentioned about what she's really enjoyed about playing with this purple team. She has loved playing with athletes from schools that she spent 4 or 5 years competing against, now getting to be together on the same team. She loves that some of these younger players bring a very consistent and similar approach and energy to their game. Their philosophy that they've taken on this week has been, we're playing just a bunch of matches to 1 point. She loves the fight that her team has too. You hit the nail on the head, exactly what she likes about this team too.
Well, you know, Savannah, to your point in terms of familiarity, there are 6 players on Team Edmond who spent time on the spring tour, the AU spring tour, and it just feels like there's some chemistry that they created over the course of the spring that they've carried into this first weekend.
I love Jenna Rosenthal's quote about that tour. She said it felt very rock and roll. We just loaded up the vans and we were driving from one city to the next. Hope she didn't say hello Cleveland when she was somewhere else. That ball is killed out of the back row, 23-14. Everything working for Team Edmond in this first set. Missy Whittemore, excellent point about that overall match score. A monstrous lead.
I will say, Team Nootsara has been a little slow starting. We've seen in previous matches, they actually, as we mentioned, dropped the first 2 sets last night, were able to come back and claim the third and win by a large enough margin to also claim the overall aggregate points.
They are all over Chaussee in service reception right now. They are giving her every opportunity. Payaso with a nice dig. That one laid off for White. Presley blocked. A lead of 10.
Team Edmond, after that blocking performance last night, you thought, is there any way, you know, that they can duplicate that? But boy, we've seen a wall at the net here early.
Set point, Team Edmond looking for 40 points. Presley off the hands. Hens got there with the left. Back row. Edmond with the finish. I have to work on my punctuation marks here. 25-14 with authority.
Beautiful swing by Edmond, but it is all about the Hintz dig. Morgan Hintz told us, you just have to force yourself to go. She gets an early ball there that extends the rally and sets things up for a beautiful back row rip. 2 back row kills late in this set 1 for Leah Edmonds as she just puts Team Purple on her back. How about this, though? Hintz. She says, you got to believe you can get to them all. And if you don't believe it, Morgan Hintz will make a believer out of you.
Morgan Hintz says, no one wants to hear what I have to say. I'm not going to wear the microphone. I'm going to let my play speak for itself. That's exactly what she did at the end of that set. So instead, Allie Linehan is mic'd up. We're going to hear from her on our way back into set number 2. I suspect it's going to be pretty fun when your team goes 25-14 in the first.
Hey, Jake from State Park. You know, it's really scary. Popcorn with no butter.
No, getting insurance. I mean, what if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
Hey, at State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Sorry. Is that seat taken?
Get on up here, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
Most wanted?
Yeah, for my cup of ale. I saw.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The cereals you love, now with 2 times the vitamin D.
Sarah Stanton, production recruiter at the 182nd Airlift Wing, Peoria, Illinois. The Air National Guard's motto is always ready, always there. We proudly partner with Athletes Unlimited, who support players who are always ready to compete for the top spot. Let's find out who climbed their way up to the leaderboard rankings to earn the title of the Air National Guard's Mover of the Week.
And this week's Mover of the Week, none other than Leah Edmond, who jumps 8 spots after last night's performance. She really earns points in about every way possible. Most importantly, her team gets the sweep, so big win points. She is MVP 1 of that match, and her stat points pretty good as well. 17 kills last night for Leah Edmond. That will make you Mover of the Week.
A number of those kills, detonations down the line by Team Edmond. Let's look at the top 4 outside hitters in Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. How important are they? They're 3 of the top 4 overall.
Absolutely. You see Leah Edmond there in second now after she jumped 8 spots, has really put herself in a position to be a captain again in week 2. Will she be joined by Allie Linehan or Claire Chaussee? We will see.
Interesting point here, but Danya De La Cruz 100 points back from a captain's spot as we look at the overall leaderboard coming into tonight. The interesting chase here is for 4th. 21 points separating 4 players for that 4th spot. Now we have a lot to go, but that's close.
And guess what? There's a middle blocker and a libero in on the action there. Possibilities. Could we have a middle blocker or a libero as a captain next week? I sure hope so.
Set 2 about to get underway. But just joined us, Kevin Barnett alongside Missy Whittemore and Savannah Collins on the sidelines. It was Team Edmond in the first. They're wearing the purple jerseys there on the left-hand side of your screen. As we look at our current leaderboard updated. Hart in that 4th spot. They already took home 40 team points in that first. And right away they make a dig and transition. They'll have to do it again. Hence, yes. Linehan, no, that ball could have been attacked. Presley off the red and white guy.
And that time, Presley swinging down the right side, but it looks like Nootsara has shuffled the deck. Nia Reed into the lineup, so I expect to see her swinging at the right pin. And the majority of Yasiana Presley swings from the left side this time as she is opposite Ari Cruz.
Yeah, back in that outside hitter position. Chaussee the target. You know who becomes the target now? Presley.
Yep.
Bastianelli, one-on-one, winner for 55.
Middle sets equal middle production in this match. It doesn't matter what side of the net you're on.
talked to Allie Bastianelli this afternoon. Said she's spent the time in between seasons enjoying catching up with her family and living outside Detroit with friends, and looking forward to now what will be a stretch of professional volleyball. A little bit of training camp, a little bit of Christmas time, and then back to work. Another back row attack. That's exactly how they finished set number 1 with that positional spot.
Yeah, and you know, Leah Edmond and Sydney Hilly have really found a rhythm on that middle back attack, and it just allows a third hitter in every rotation.
Allie Stumler, recently married, Allie Linehan. If you watched a lot of college volleyball, you saw her star at Kentucky.
And win a national championship.
Nia Reed on the right-hand side. She impressed particularly in night number 1, the 6-1 opposite out of Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Nootsara actually said that originally when she drafted Presley, she thought maybe she would use her on the right side. And then in practice, she was so impressed with Nia Reed, she felt like she needed to get her involved. And that caused her to move Presley to the left side.
Teams have tried to work on Edmond. It hasn't really been that effective in terms of serve reception. Oh, good shot right to the corner. Ari Cruz, the veteran.
Yep. You know, Edmond was a little slow starting in passing night 1. So perhaps on the scouting report that drew some attention, but since about set 2 of night 1, I feel like she's really zeroed in on her passing.
Better start to this second set. 3-2 Nootsara with the lead. They went down 9-2 at the jump as Hart gets that one.
And if that looks like a pretty connection, there is a reason, because that is our Badger duo there, as Sydney Hilly to Danielle Hart, 2 former Wisconsin players.
I like how you added that on there. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Regional dialect.
I figure you had that dialect as well.
Oh, yeah.
What's
funny is when you can hear it. You being from Southern Illinois, me from Northern Illinois. I was once talking to someone who was from Northern Illinois, and they were going to school down at SIU, and their roommate was talking in the background. I said, hey, ask her if she's from Kankakee. She asked her, sure enough, where my dad grew up.
Yep.
Braidwood, Coal City. It's a different accent there. That ball put through. Hilly. Oh, nice delivery. That pays dividends. We're sitting at a good angle to see that particular ball.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, really, to see Sydney Hilly's work on the court. Gets around that ball and just absolutely no spin out of her hands. This beautiful flat ball to the outside to Leah Edmond, and then she just goes high and hard.
Here's our spot. So we're watching that ball when that's being set go away from us, right toward the up ref stand, and you can get a real good picture of pace and distance from the net.
You know, as Danielle Hart misses that serve, I think worth pointing out that the liberos do not serve. So it's one less opportunity for someone like Morgan Hintz to score points, and yet there you see her in the top 10 of the leaderboard. Tells you a little bit about her defense.
Off the block and out. Team Edmond finding their footing there, now up 6-4. Hey, if you go to shop.auprosports.com, you can get your official replica jersey. I think you should do that. Merch supports the league as well as looking outstanding. There's some awesome merch this year. Go ahead and check it out, shop.auprosports.com. That ball is thrown into the net, and that's going to hurt 7-4. You end up with a first set like that, 25-14. You opened with a couple of points, but now this is a momentum thing. You just start getting down when you now trail by 3 again.
Yeah.
Dangerous moment, it seems.
I think it's a little bit of a gut check here for Team Nootsara, because they got to scratch and fight. The aggregate may have gotten away from them, but boy, if they could get a set here, 40 would be big.
Another point for Team Edmond.
The blocking continues, and I think this may be Leah Edmond who's going to get credited for this block here, but realize because Jenna Rosenthal makes the close, that will also be a block assist. Only the middles earn points for a block assist.
8-4. Very close to the open of set number 1 here. They've had to work at it a little bit more. That'll be in, and that'll be 9. 9 for the block. And we're running an all-Illinois show here from the booth. And now we're going to do it with our chair chat, too, as we bring in another Illinois native, Kewanee, Illinois, actually, Lindsay Stalzer. That was a while back, though. You've been pro player for 10-plus years.
Oh, yeah, thanks. That's kind. Just over a decade, yeah.
Oh, well, okay. We can talk about your vertical. That might be more fun.
Oh,
33,
sure, yeah.
34? What are we still at? Have we gone on a Vertec lately?
No, I don't know. Actually, not lately, no. I can, like, grab the rim, but I haven't measured it in a while.
I had you for a two-handed dunk. Come on, don't sell yourself short here.
Yeah, maybe back in the day, but not now. I don't know. I gotta test it out, yeah.
Lindsay, the vertical is not the only thing that impresses me about you, but I look down and see that you happen to have a mechanical engineering degree, and you're not the only one on your team, by the way. Are you and Emma Willis, like, designing spacecraft on the off day?
I was just talking to her about her job today, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. She has actually been practicing. I have not, so I'm a little rusty.
Well, you're not
yeah.
rusty in volleyball. You played forever in the Philippines, played a lot of different places. What have you been up to in the interim between seasons here as we went from one fall all the way wrapped around to another spring? Or pardon me, from one spring all the way wrapped around to another fall.
Yeah, I went back to the Philippines, had some fun there. Yeah, we had a season. We didn't win, but, you know, it's always fun there. Love it. Fans are great. Always have a good time. And then in the spring, I went to Cyprus and played there. We took a silver, which was also disappointing, but we had a, dislocation on our shoulder dislocation on our team. You know how that goes.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds like some scary stuff.
Yeah.
So what about this Pro League this year? We know you just got in market recently on the weekend. How much time have you had to spend with everybody here, and what's that been like?
You said something about my brother's wedding. Is that what you said?
Well, I knew you were gone, so you're at your brother's wedding. You joined back here, but I was wondering more about what's been happening here for you in season 3.
We've just been working our butts off, getting in shape, preparing for this first weekend, and it's been going great for my team. As you can see, we're kind of dominating today and yesterday, and I'm loving every minute of it, yeah. It would be nice to be on the court, but I understand the situation, and it's just fun to cheer a winning team on.
Lindsay, was there something in the scouting report that you feel like you guys have been able to execute so well that's allowed you to really jump out on top here?
Just exploiting their weaknesses, serve the weak passer, do all the great job, sorry, that's...
Oh, you got to stay engaged in the game. That's okay. So be specific. What was one weakness that you felt Team Nootsara had despite the 2-0 record?
Well, I mean, they're great. I wouldn't say weakness, but maybe tendencies, yeah. So, like, Noot, if she leans back, she's probably going to go back. If she puts her hands high, she's going to go back. If her hands are lower, then probably going to go outside. That's one thing. Obviously, Molly with the slide. Okay, it's really quiet.
Okay, well, we got some insight there in the scouting report. Whatever it was, it is working. We know you're trying to watch the match. We'll release you back to the bank. Thanks, Lindsay, for joining us. We'll see you later on the court later in the season, I'm sure. Lindsay Stalzer, number 29, now a native of Colorado these days, and quite an artist. We saw her artwork last year. She's like, yeah, I sort of dabble in it. And then they showed it. Like, are you kidding me? This is dabbling? Unbelievable. Speaking unbelievable, 13-7, Team Edmond taking Team Nootsara down at the moment.
And as you mentioned, Lindsay late into the market because of obviously a personal event. So this team a little bit established by the time she got here. I can't wait to see her play next week.
Hey, sometimes there's a wedding. You have to go.
Gotta go.
Life is more important than volleyball occasionally. Bastianelli, was it touched? No, it was not. Nothing called. And another point gained for Edmond.
And I think it looks like Nootsara is going to go to a challenge. She used both those challenges pretty early in set 1, but still has a couple at her disposal here in set 2. And it could have been touched at the net, or was it possibly touched out of the back row by Callasso?
And Nootsara waving that off. Okay. And now instead, thinking about a timeout. That was a signal to her bench, not to the referees. I'll bet we get a timeout now. In fact, a technical timeout is it doesn't matter because we're going to 15. So you're going to get an automatic one after this challenge. Boy, it's a timeout and challenge back and forth.
And again, Ali Bastianelli is adamant that she thinks there was a touch. She really thinks her last 2 swings have been touched. So we'll see if we see something here on the replay.
For the moment, it's 15-7, and it would be a technical timeout. So it would go from a challenge to a timeout. What say you, Missy Whittemore?
Well, in real time, I didn't see it, but boy, Ali Bastian could be from the block help from the left side. In real time, I didn't see it, but that's on the opposite side of the court.
That ball looks just out.
Yes. So is there a touch at the net? That is what, I think that's what Bastianelli thought. She really felt like there was a touch. And she was adamant about it and very quick. I'm looking at that left hand of, Ali Linehan.
Tough to see from that angle, but yeah, I agree with you, Missy. That's where it would be. Nice call by our line judges for the out of bounds. A little bit of black Terraflex between the ball and its location on the ground. From that angle, the ball looks like it's in,
but that's not a good angle.
I think it's out on the other side.
What do you think about any finger movement from Linehan?
I didn't really see any on the angles we've seen so far. So at this point, I would go with as called.
Wow. Just not sure if there's enough there.
Yeah, ball is out. I don't see a touch. I think Young Park, who is in the replay booth, is going to come back with a judgment and a confirmation. The responsibility of captain Leah Edmond taking it on right now. Her side winning, dominant this weekend thus far, and that has been the case through 1.5. It is 40-21 Edmond.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The cereals you love, now with 2 times the vitamin D.
That's okay. I dove a little bit, and that was all we needed. Let's go! Heck yeah! So good. Gap. Thanks, girl. Hey, middles can recycle too. Yeah, I love that. That's definitely what I meant to do. Short! Oh!
We can take
Yeah. I regret that decision, but it's okay.
That was our Air National Guard into the action, and you now know what it's like to play alongside Jenna Rosenthal. We will return to our second set. Team Edmond, 14-8 over Team Nootsara. Yes, when we went away, it was a little bit different score. We checked with the judges, and they have awarded a point back the other way. In fact, that ball, Missy?
They called it in. The Ali Bastianelli swing that we were taking a look at, we actually thought it was out. We were questioning whether or not there was a touch. But the motion by the official is that they actually believe it was in. So that is point Nootsara, and a big one. They needed it.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with that call. White with the dig. Block well formed. Badgers again. Hilly covers her own dump. How about this time? Hart with the cover. Standing down ball. That's a coach's swing. And a blast from Nia Reed, who has a very unique arm swing.
Sort of the roundhouse arm swing can make it a little difficult to block.
If you want to see that arm swing in person, auprosports.com/tickets. You want to come here to Macy. You've got 4 more weeks to make it happen. If you're in the area, drive on out Friday night, Sunday night, Monday night. We're letting you pick what traffic you want to be in to get here. You can also jump on a flight to Phoenix. We're about 25 minutes from the airport. You're going to love being a part of Athletes Unlimited in Season 3. Come on out.
So since the overturn on the challenge by Team Nootsara, they've made a little run here.
Yeah, it's been 3-0. That ball's wide, ending that run. Keep an eye on the overall, 40-24. That's how the second set, if it does get back away for Edmond, it could be devastating in the overall.
Right. A little momentary delay here as Ari Cruz has lost an earring in the violence of her last attack.
That situation quickly straightened away. 5 points the advantage for Edmond. Hence, a dig, chance to extend. Hart, no. Reed, into the block and straight down. Edmond alongside Hart. Cats and Badgers living together, mass hysteria.
Who knew?
Looking for another plus 40 in the second set and going to be very close to an overall victory if they can maintain this lead.
Ali Bastianelli, 690 hitting performance last night, 10 kills on 13 swings, and Nootsara just continues to feed her.
Tough serve, short. Hart gets it, Presley with the dig. Well, that's not going down.
No.
On Morgan Hens. Blast is wide, hitting errors now hurting Team Nootsara. 17-11 overall score. Plus 17, 42-25.
Yeah, and Hart has had the best of Reed over there in terms of block touches, block stuffs. And what you'll tend to see develop over time is then you start to see hitting errors because that block is in your head.
What a take by Hart. Rosenthal lateral move, back to it. Pull from Leah Edmond, back row, Linehan, cut shot. Cruz looking for hands, can't find them. And the lead grows. 18 points in the overall. Remember, you're only going to have 25 you can earn in the third.
Yeah, you know what I like about the middles in this match? Not only are they good at the net, but when they're in the back row, the athleticism is on display. Did you see the huge dig right there by Danielle Hart to keep her team in it? Not just in it, they win that one.
Yeah, and she gets +5 for that dig.
Yes.
Middle's not too many shots at that. There's another one. Hart adding to her own personal total in this rotation. Only in there for one. In the back row, that one cannot be handled by Cayasso.
And this is a good swing by Reed, a higher swing that time, going for those hands.
While it did not start as dominantly for Team Edmond at the very beginning of the set, they steadily worked their way to another large lead of 6. Little misdirection, and Edmond with the payoff. Rosenthal going behind, and then the long set to the left.
Yeah, and not only is Rosenthal going behind, but she's going with intention of attacking. And you really don't know where Hilly's going to go. And as a middle blocker, I mean, Rosenthal makes you bite. Makes you bite. The talking as she's calling for the ball. And then the shoot outside to Edmond is just too much.
Linehan hanging in middle back. Rosenthal with some work and a high heater. Everyone's concerned about White. She's not looking at him. She's had enough.
Kendall White's a competitor.
Yeah, I like it. This is back to Marv Dunphy. Don't touch it.
Look at that. One step off the net and right back up for Jenna Rosenthal.
20-12.
Kendall White's not going anywhere. Don't be worried.
No, she's good. Backslide. McCage, dug by Hentz. Tough play, nearly had it, was Rosenthal. Defenders hanging in, both liberos putting their helmet on.
And the middle blockers just one-upping each other, back and forth. Anything you can do, I can do better.
That makes for a fun match, but not a good broadcast booth. And right back to it again. 21-13. There are 4 liberos in the league, and you might wonder how they're stacking up. Well, we know who's on top. Morgan has a pile of points. What surprised me was Amanda Benson at 119, but that tells us something about what?
Team wins. They have not had the team wins to allow her to score enough points.
Team Valentin Anderson, for whom she plays, will be in action next. They're trying not to go winless on the weekend. They've been swept already twice. Another block. Collazo is going to pick up the point, the opposite. 77.
5 kills for Jenna Rosenthal last night. When you believe not a block in that record-breaking performance by Team Edmond, Rosenthal not a block, but boy, she has been on fire so far here today.
Sometimes you are happy to go to the draft and get a new team on Tuesday night, join another crew, and see how it all shakes out. You're going to have some sad, long faces at the end of this match if this continues this way for Team Edmond and Leah Edmond, who not only drafted an outstanding team, but has been a key cog in contributing to its success.
And has managed this group really well. She mentioned the fact that she was not a captain that entire season 2. Was able to kind of take a step back and see what was, how did the veterans handle themselves in terms of drafting, in terms of the way they manage their team. And I've been so impressed with Leah because as the captain, she is the manager. She calls the timeouts. She comes up with the lineup. She can design practice. And Edmond, with 12 kills now and 5 digs in this one. She has not just put together one good match this weekend. She has stacked together 3 really nice performances.
Yeah, 750. The efficiency there is really going to play and going to pay. And when you look at the points and the way that they work, each one of those 12 kills is going to come with a +8. And each one of those digs is going to come with a +5.
I think we're inching a little closer to week 2 Leah Edmond captain.
One note here, look at the block assist. Now the middle blockers only, this is a new category, and the way it's being scored is in the score sheet, you'll see an assist for an outside hitter when it's called an assist block, but they are not being given those points. So what happens is an outside hitter stuffs the ball straight down, they will be given the points for the block, 12. If the middle is also there participating in the block, they're gonna get a +2. Again, trying to get everyone with a shot at the top of the leaderboard, a shot at this championship. It's an innovative scoring system. You got to keep working it to make sure the positions play out.
Right. And realize if the middle works hard to close to the outside and they are actually the one to stuff the ball, they do get the +12.
Right, right.
Yes.
Well, you want to reward effort and plays, right?
Exactly.
So that's what it's about. It is a play to put up a 2-person block to change the attack thoughts, the attack angles of your hitter. Certainly, if you put up a well-formed 2-person block, but the outside gets it, there was an effect by the middle.
Yes, you have taken up some space. You have funneled the ball to where perhaps your defense wants that ball funneled to. I think it's great to reward the middles for their hard work. They put in so much effort, and I would like to see us rewarded by seeing a middle score enough points to be a captain.
All right, it might happen. Danielle Hart making a pitch for it right now. Rising up that leaderboard precipitously. 22-13, her team with a 20-point overall lead. Short, tough serve. Presley, no topspin, no touch. Another point for Team Edmond.
And Presley has the ability to snap over the top of the block, as we've talked about, but she will also sail some long.
Hart in that 5th place position right now. And she's fighting Hentz for it. Look at that, 3 points separating the 2 players. Dela Cruz, Lila Johnson still with an opportunity to get in there in our next match. It's the first of our doubleheader. Also nearly a one-on-one block there, and yeah, it'll count with the block and the net. On the side, wearing purple jerseys, Team Edmond. Team Edmond dominant thus far. Trying to finish out a near perfect weekend. Tip, but also right hand. Linehan Good awareness from Rosenthal. That one is into the tape, and a little momentum here for Nootsara. All important to close that gap before the third set.
Yes, it is. Any run will help Nootsara out. I've become a big Kayaso fan over the course of this first weekend.
I think a lot of hype around many of the other positions, and she was flying below the radar.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be on your draft stock picks.
You never know. Stay tuned.
Hence full extension. Kayaso perfectly placed tip. That was an ice cream cone.
It was.
There you go.
And it's worth 8, just like the heavy arm. The nice soft tip over the top. 8 more for Kayaso. And Hilly has just done a nice job of mixing things up. All of her attackers involved here tonight.
Set point, Edmond. Pass left side, Presley. Will she get it back? Yes, she will. That is alive. Backslide read right in the corner.
And do you think that first ball was actually up?
Yes.
Wow,
I do.
okay. I didn't realize that.
Doesn't matter now.
That's why you play until you hear the whistle. Play until you hear the whistle. Okay, nice job, Leah Edmond.
I think it sounded weird because her hand hadn't gotten on the floor quite yet when when the ball touched it for the first time.
Oh, beautiful pass.
Yeah. Oh, inside out. That is how you do it. Kayaso finishes the second set 25-16. The overall is going to be 50-30, a seemingly insurmountable 20-point advantage.
And boy, Team Edmond just absolutely dominating. We had big expectations for this one, and Team Edmond is living up to our expectations for sure. We'll see if Team Nootsara can regroup, but it hasn't just been one player for Team Edmond. It is coming from antenna to antenna.
Talked a lot about the middle blockers coming in and the role that they have played. Team Edmond, once again, dominant at the net. They've already picked up 7 blocks. Danielle Hart adding to those numbers with 3 additional kills and a couple of digs. A complete performance from her and Team Edmond.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Dog! Dog! Dog!
Dog.
The cereals you love, now with 2 times the vitamin D.
Why did they get a run-out tunnel and we don't?
Starting with the visiting team.
Rude. We're attacking at Morgan. Go high on her.
Yeah.
She's really good playing the ball in front of her and up, but if it's high, that's, I think, because she wants to take everything here and doesn't want to use her hands. So.
Let's play.
Line, yes. You want to run like a 1 or a C to hold Danielle with me, and then give one-on-one. Yeah. Hey, let's end this set with momentum going into the second set. Doesn't matter the score at the end of this, but we push to the end.
Ali Bastinelli, rude was the quote. Yeah, it's been a little bit rude from Team Edmond, 25-14, 25-16 through 2 sets. I told you to come out, auprosports.com/tickets. Come and join us. Savannah Collins, you found a group that decided to come out, didn't you?
Yes, I got to chat with the Arizona Wildcat volleyball team. A couple of them are here watching the game tonight. Their new head coach, played for Team Edmond facilitator Dave Rubio from 1992 to 94, and then was his assistant for 19 years, said, "This is the most relaxed I've ever seen him in a volleyball gym." She said she has so enjoyed seeing him coach at this level, but really hopes for her athletes that are here tonight that they are paying attention to the way that these athletes of AU play. She said it's so rare that college athletes get to watch pro in person. This never happens for them. So she hopes they're really paying attention to how these athletes take risks. They're always aggressive. They really don't have plays where they lay off or relax. She hopes that when they come away from being at AU and seeing the next level that, wow, these athletes are durable and they go after it every play. They take risks, and that's something that they can do at their level too.
And Savannah, Coach Rubio has a very special connection with Team Edmond, their captain in particular. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know you were able to dig into that story earlier this week.
Yes, Leah Edmond says Dave Rubio is the reason that I play volleyball. So her dad, Corey Edmond, was the strength and conditioning director at Arizona when Leah was in elementary school. And Dave went to her dad, Corey, and said, "Hey, bring her to the gym. Bring her to some mini camps that we're putting on for that age group." And that's how Leah got into volleyball. And Dave says back then, you know, she was always saying, "My arm hurts, I don't want to swing hard." But man, did she get over that. But that's why Leah got involved with volleyball. It's through Dave. And now he's her facilitator in week 1 of the 2023 season. Such a full circle moment.
Absolutely. Beautiful story. And Leah Edmond said that Coach Rubio at Arizona was actually her first collegiate offer.
And then she turned him down.
She did. Well, her dad moved on to Kentucky. So there was a little family connection that moved away from Arizona. Understandable.
Yeah, Charita Stubbs, hey, good job, the new coach there at Arizona. One of the great people in volleyball under Dave for so long. Going to take terrific care of that program, I'm sure. And outstanding getting your players out here. Every college coach, every club coach, every high school coach, you need to get your players out here. And I don't want to hear the excuses. You need to buy tickets. Volleyball people always asking for freebies. Come out, support the league, and be here.
Yeah.
Be here. There's plenty of time. You got 4 more weeks.
This is incredibly impactful for your players, high school, club, even collegiate, to see professional volleyball being played right here in the United States, and just to see the level of play here at AU. It's impressed me. It's just so incredible.
100%. Team Edmond up 2-1. That ball served long will be tied at 2. That 20-point lead coming into this set of 50-30 is the largest margin we have had in Athletes Unlimited history leading into a third set. As you look at number 9, you haven't seen her to this point in blue. Melissa Gonzaga Sasa is how you know her from Brazil. An Olympian, long-time, top-level international athlete.
Nootsara making a few changes here, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think the aggregate point total might be off the table here. Just going on a limb with this. However, they could still earn 40 win points here. If they can walk away with a win here in this third set, and Nootsara not afraid to switch things up.
Beautiful set, and we'll sneak just inside the block. Hilly saving that one from going over to get to 3-3. Danielle Hart and Morgan Hens are tied right now in the overall standings. We're looking for that all-important captainship. You have to trace the top 4. The top 4 players on the leaderboard are going to become new captains at the conclusion of tonight's volleyball festivities, and they will start to plan their strategy for Tuesday's draft. And there's a lot of different ways to craft the team.
And after night 1, it really looked like Claire Chaussee as a rookie could be on the way to being a captain, but Nootsara has rotated her outsides a little bit over the course of the weekend, so not quite as many opportunities for Chaussee.
Now you might wonder, Kevin, you just said they were tied, and they are not. I see it on the screen. Yeah, it's constantly changing.
Constantly.
Magic number in this one is 6. Team Edmond needs 3 more points to secure the overall. And that is 60 points. That's going to be huge. And then what will become huge for Team Nootsara is not getting swept. Remember, this is the first of 2 matches on the evening. That ball will get touched. Doug Bastianelli bump set. And Chaussee, who's back, is continuing to have some trouble with the block of Edmond.
That was sort of no man's land, high, tight, inside. Really nowhere for Chaussee to go here when you got Edmond and Rosenthal waiting on you.
Edmond at the line, trying to drop short. Sasa is there, and that's a setting error. Going to go all the way into the ref stand, and that'll be a -12. And now an opportunity to put away the overall win. This is the earliest it has ever happened in Athletes Unlimited history. A record-breaking performance by Team Edmond in weekend number 1. Most blocks, most digs by an individual, and now a chance to close. The earliest ever. No, not yet.
And you'll notice the setting here for Team Nootsara now in the hands of Nicole Edmond Cagliari, as Nootsara has subbed herself out. And we've seen her do this earlier in the weekend. She'll flip into a 6-2 at times, use her second setter, allow for 3 attackers across the front row. Although it looks to me like I'm gonna have to correct myself because Edmond Cagliari now in the front row.
Yeah, it looks like a full change. We haven't seen that unusual a captain taking themselves out. Genesis Collazo closed the second set with a kill for the win there, and she closes the 60 points with that winning swing. Tied at 6. Now don't go away, because there's still 40 points. There's a lot more top shelf volleyball to be played in this third set to be won by Team Nootsara or Team Edmond. And Team Valentin Anderson taking on Team Dela Cruz tonight, 9:30 Eastern on ESPNU. That is going to be an overcall. The toes of Nia Reed will give the point away.
We had a lot of purple and blue on our leaderboard coming into the evening. At this point, with no win points right now for Team Nootsara, it's going to take a pretty special statistic for performance for one of these ladies to end up in the top 4.
Rosenthal working on Chaussee. That was what got Chaussee off the floor early on. Did she catch the block? She did not. Team Nootsara just can't seem to get in rhythm no matter who is at the controls or taking swings. (8-6) Edmond. Marin Grote checks in at middle blocker there, number 88. Chaussee blocked. Genesis high, dug by Sasa. And then blocked by Hart. We'll just clip that off, put it on a repeat. Blocked by Hart, blocked by Hart.
And Team Nootsara trying to get that attack going out of right back for Nia Reed. But they just don't look comfortable here.
Another tough serve. Chaussee tries to throw it deep, not over the 6'5", Rosenthal. And Edmond misses one. That has not happened often, 9-7.
No, it hasn't. She's really been money out of the back row tonight. Look at that, middle blocker in the back row, advantage to Edmond as they're able to play those balls intended to be pushed to the deep corners.
That one missed long. Team Edmond +3. They lead 60-37 in that overall, which has been secured. So they can keep adding to it. It can be an all-time record. Collazo to the back row. Ace service. Quiet no longer, number 77.
No, not at all.
Pence, Hart, and Hilly all within 7 points right now on the leaderboard.
Wow.
Keep an eye on that. For those captain spots.
And they're obviously battling for points, but as you mentioned, at the end of the night, this could be a sad group because they are about to get scattered.
Yeah, it's going to be like a rock band about 3 years into making it big. The drummer thinks he's the man. The lead singer thinks he's the whole thing. They're all going to go their separate ways. Cover. What a stuff, but a cover. Sasa digs. She'll get it back. And a finish by Grote.
Wow, Marin Grote, one of the changes that we've seen in the lineup here in the third set. And an absolutely huge stuff. The first one covered, I don't know how, just a quick reaction to keep it alive. But as the play continues, she gets a second opportunity to block the attack out of middle back. And look at this, one-on-one stuff.
Maren Grote now back at the line. She served from the left side. Bastianelli with the touch. Reset on the offense. Linehan tip down. So Grote only gets one serve. Talked a lot about Maren Grote in the last few minutes. We talked to her yesterday. If you were with us, we had some fun with her early acting chops, and enjoying her shower down here, her bridal shower over the weekend. But Maren Grote coming off an outstanding career at Washington. She's directly out of college. That ball is dug by Payaso. Hart will have to put it over. Scoop, backslide, blocked anyway. Edmond's going to pick up all of the points for that one.
And I think this one feels extra good for Leah Edmond, who moments ago was blocked herself.
There is Maren Grote waiting to come back on. 2018 to 2022 at University of Washington. Career 380.
Incredible. Played for
4
Keegan.
years.
You know, played for Keegan Cook there, and now her sister is playing for Coach Cook at Minnesota.
Fantastic. Another one of those volleyball families. Another stuff block. Another one for a pin player. Give it to Sydney Hilly.
Seeing if they can destroy their own record of 18 team blocks last night.
I think this is going to be a mark that may not be broken.
Yeah.
I did not expect this in this match at all.
No, absolutely not. I did not see a sweep as a possibility, to be honest.
They're playing the complete game.
Great
turn and
tennis.
swing.
There we go. We talked about the fact that we have a left-handed attacker in Willow Johnson and not any other left-handed attackers, but we do have a left-handed setter in Nicole Edelman-Cagliari, and so she's able to go up on that second ball and take a nice rip.
Cagliari to the line. Overcame a back injury at 17. They told her she could never play again. Well, that was wrong. Edmond picks up more points, pushes her side to the 15-9 lead, and it's a technical timeout. We've talked a lot about defense at the net and the blocking. It has been so much of a defensive effort as well. Morgan Hens, new record holder after this weekend, individually and as a team.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The cereals you love, now with 2 times the vitamin D.
Congratulations to libero number 46, Morgan Hens.
Receiving the Defensive Player of the Year award was a real honor. I mean, we have so many great athletes and defenders a part of Athletes Unlimited. So to be recognized felt really special.
Morgan Hens with the play of the rally.
What I love about playing defense is probably just the pure effort in it. Like forcing yourself to go for balls that maybe you didn't think you could get there, like on the first or second try. But like with each small step you take towards getting to a ball, it becomes a habit. So I like that it's in your control to make the effort.
If anyone has ever truly needed those elbow pads, it is Morgan Hens, who's going full flying squirrel and making a whole bunch of terrific plays. Look at the digs here. 25-13, 16 tonight. And Missy Whittemore, she's making some outstanding efforts. These are not all easy.
Yeah, you heard her mention just moments ago pure effort. Well, we're going to show you what that looks like for Morgan Hens. So this was a play earlier in the match where we pointed out the effort of Morgan Hens. And if you stop right here, what you're going to see is just how far Morgan Hens travels. And the fact that this ball looks to be out of reach. Most players don't go for that ball. It just looks impossible, but Morgan Hintz has said time and time again, you know, playing defense is about just choosing to go for it. Not thinking about whether or not you can get there, but choosing to go for it, because I think even she surprises herself. I know she surprises me 100%.
End result, a set finishing point.
Yeah.
And that was set the stage, 25-14. That was the end of the first set. 25-16 was the end of the second. A nearly insurmountable lead that they quickly crossed over, but they have not relented here. Team Edmond as they lead 15-9. Kevin Barnett and Missy Whittemore in the booth with Savannah Collins on the sidelines. Glad you're with us here on ESPNU for Athletes Unlimited Volleyball, the end of weekend number 1. We have 4 more weekends to go. We're going to play at the same times throughout. We're going to be on Friday night, Sunday night, and Monday night, starting off at 4 local time, and that'll be 7 Eastern. So go ahead and mark your calendars now. New teams every week. As dominant as Team Edmond has been, they're going to get broken up.
Yeah. Enjoy your last few moments, perhaps, of Team Edmond, because it won't look like this again. Things will get shuffled.
Yep, and new players might end up getting some playing time. We're seeing Sasa for the very first time, began her playing pro career in 1997. 12 teams across Brazil and Poland for arriving here. Poland, a huge marketplace for men's and women's volleyball. Big swing by Chase. I like the confidence. The result not what she was looking for.
Yeah, for such a high hanging ball, that's a big rip from Chase.
Right side, Reed. OT, Doug. Hence, bump set calmly underneath. Sasa with the dig. Hence again scoops. And the deliver from Edmond.
And you know, Hintz plays the entire position well, whether it's secondary, setting, serve, receive. Her defense is what really turns heads because it's just so fun to watch, but she plays the entire position so well. Our reigning Defensive Player of the Year, will anyone be able to take that out of her grasp?
Reed, winner back line, so a little momentum on Nootsara's side. Could come from some attacking. That time it's Reed, but can you go to the Olympic veteran Sasa, 2008 gold medalist, 2004 Olympics as well. So she's working on her English. She's working. She's the foreigner now. This is something that many of the Americans have faced. An opportunity to go and play. Played for Bernardinho as well as Roberto Guimarães. That's Jose Roberto Guimarães, Brazilian and worldwide legend when it comes to the position of coaching in the world, and she has absorbed all of that to immense professional success.
That is why you need to get out to AU. We have got some real pros in this gym.
Chaussee still swinging. Love that.
The stab by Morgan Hintz.
If you're a hard swinging outside hitter, you're a cornerback. No memory.
Yeah.
Come out and hit again. Linehan, speaking of hard swinging outside hitters, through Chaussee. 37, putting up a +8.
And there's a great example of why Leah Edmond chose Allie Linehan first pick of the draft. Former college teammates, and Leah Edmond said, she balances me so well. While I like to go up and swing hard, Allie Linehan can't swing hard, but has the ability to carve up a defense. The range, the movement of the ball, she makes the game look so easy.
So in the discussion of the draft, so much energy goes into talking about who you would pick for the right combination for your side or the right strategy for your side. What do you want to do? You can also have a defensive pick. You can say, I don't want to see cats at the pins again.
Right.
No one wants to see that, so I'm going to make sure that Edmond cannot get Linehan.
Yeah, I was wondering about that myself. Would there be players taken off the board just because you don't want two players to be together? Say a setter middle blocker connection, like the Hilly Hart combination that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get broken up this week, it appears, based on the performances here by the captainship, but that may not be the case as the season progresses.
Right.
Reed back to serve, her team down 8. Still looking for +40. They could rally here. It'll take some blocks. Grote doing work. This time to the left. Good touch. Reed, right side. Now that block, when it's not stuffing balls, it is touching everything. Hence with the pickup, charging in. Sa overhead sets up that opportunity. Hence goes +5. Thank you. Everybody better leave their junk at home. It's not going down. White. How about left side Linehan, who's taken 10 swings in this alone. She might get another. Too tight. Nice save. Edelman Cagliari. Set over, wins it. Of all the plays.
And maybe just because they were completely out of breath, Hilly didn't think she had anyone who was able to transition on and off the net here. The diving save by Sasa in middle back. Coverage by Morgan Hintz, not once but twice in that long rally. Early in that rally, there was a ball set too low to Rosenthal, and Morgan Hintz anticipated it. She knew the set was too low. She was already charging in order to cover the block, and it was a huge block coverage, but an impossible ball unless you're anticipating, seeing that the set was too low and just realizing she was going to get blocked.
How's your VO2 max? That's the question coming out of that rally.
Yes.
Reed with that one into the net. Now, lowest all-time score in 3 sets in the league history, 54. I think we're going to get there in this one. They're currently 72-42.
And I think what is really shocking is I just didn't see it coming in this match.
No, not at all. And I would say this has not been some sort of horrific performance by Team Nootsara.
No.
This has been a lot about what Team Edmond has done, as there's a play from White.
Absolute complete performance up to this point by Team Edmond.
Yeah, from warm-ups on. Just listening during warm-ups, you could hear the balls getting thumped. They were ready. There's a stuffed Cagliari with some excitement.
And the secondary set out of the back row just too tight for Linehan. She tries to knuckle it over.
And you notice not working with timeouts here, Team Nootsara, just fighting through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tough serve down the line. I think we're going to get a net violation on Maren Grote. Like the aggression.
You know, we talked about the fact that the leaderboard is so tight. Earning points obviously important, but for the outsides, they have a lot of opportunity to earn points. They also take a lot of swings. They have more opportunities to lose points. Could that actually come into play here as we determine who the top 4 will be?
Hence sits in 4th right now. Hart making a bid. That might have pushed her over the edge. I was looking up at the difference a moment ago. Plus 12 for that monster block is going to put her close.
Absolutely. A middle in the mix. I love seeing it.
Set point to finish it off with a sweep. Not yet. To take all of the points here. Some of this could be critical. What happens in this rally could be hugely critical to the captainship.
Is it possible that we have 4 captains in purple?
Oh, yeah, that's possible. If not likely at this point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Grote, second chance for Edmond to close. Sails long, and that'll do it. It'll add nothing to the leaderboard in terms of the top 4. Morgan Hintz makes a strong case. She is +8 on Danielle Hart to have a top 4 from Team Edmond in one of the all-time best performance in 3 sets. Team Edmond dominates 75-44.
We said a middle could be in play with Hart pushing for points, but how about a libero as Hintz right now sits at number 4? Can she maintain that spot on the leaderboard and be a captain? I think she'd be a really fun one to see manage a squad.
We'll let the players sort it out here at the end. Team Edmond begins the celebration. We'll be back to Mesa, Arizona in just a moment to put a bow on it for you and grab someone from what ended up being a historic side wearing the purple jerseys. Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on ESPN is sponsored by the Air National Guard and by Aspiration, a global leader in financing climate impact.
Jake from State Farm.
You know, it's really scary.
Popcorn with no butter.
No, getting insurance. I mean, what if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
Hey, at State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Sorry. Is that seat taken?
Get on up here, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
Most wanted? Yeah, for my cup of ale.
I saw. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
It was so easy finding a community of sports fans like me on Underdog Fantasy. Even my dog uses their app to pick his favorite players. He just takes his paw.
The cereals you love, now with 2 times the vitamin D.
$75-44, a historic victory and a 3-0 weekend. Nearly perfect from Team Edmond. What a performance over all 4 days. And they put trees in the ground besides. Not only are they winning, they're benefiting the environment with our Aspiration Aces program.
What is there not to like about Team Edmond? I mean, really, you know? Aces, trees, wins.
Badgers.
Let's take a look at 3 of the aces. 30 trees from Team Edmond. Hilly, an early one here. Dropping it in, boy. Danielle Hart, yet another way we've seen a middle make a push to perhaps be a captain, not only at the net, but out of the backcourt as well with an ace in Cayazo. How about an ace for her? Boy, she's impressed me this weekend.
Now, we were looking at the leaderboard and thinking about who's going to be captain and how big the gaps are. And Missy Whittemore, you said something that is vitally important.
Yeah, win points have been added, but MVP points have not. So the top 4 could be shuffled yet again, as we do not know at this point who will score MVP 1, 2, and 3 points.
Remember, if you're a member of the Unlimited Club, you can get in on those MVP points. The players are going to have the lion's share, but you have a voice in this. Oh, I can't wait to see who ends up in those captain's chairs. And then if the next match somebody has an explosion, maybe they get there. It was a captainship for Leah Edmond, a successful journey in this first week. Savannah Collins has her now.
Yeah, Leah, you've been a part of Athletes Unlimited for 3 seasons. You think this team might be the best ever assembled?
I mean, my whole starting lineup is top 7 right now, and the rest of my team, some of my players that didn't even play, like injured, are top 15. So I mean, I'm pretty sure we're up there. We got to be top team to ever play. So really excited about my team. I'm going to miss them dearly because I know everybody else is going to tear that team apart, or they're going to be captains. But it was like the greatest opening weekend. That was like the best way to start week 1 of the whole season.
Well, when you look at all 3 matches, sometimes it could be anybody's night who stepped up and was really dominant. What does that say about this group, how they've bought in and they let each other shine depending on the moment?
I mean, it just shows how great of people they are and volleyball players. Like, we didn't need someone to be a star. Everybody was a star in their own way. I mean, blocking, defense, hitting, serving, like everybody played their part, and that's all you could possibly want from a team. They were dug in from the beginning, and anytime I asked for something, they gave that to me and even more, and that's all I could wish for.
You know, when you look at those final scores, you think offense. But I think if you were at these games and you watched, from this team you go defense. How do you put that together so quickly in just a couple days of practice? First week of the season.
I think it's helpful that like the majority of us have already played together. We have college teammates, we have people that I have played with the past 3 years. And so that combination of really young people and really old people was like the greatest part of this team.
We talked about how you picked up a lot of players who was on that exhibition tour with you. How did that play into chemistry and team vibe?
I think coming in the first practice, we kind of already knew, like Sydney knew what I liked, she knew what Jenna liked, she knew what Dan liked, she knew how Morgan played defense, and even having Deja and Taylor, they were with us on the tour, having a bunch of people who already know each other's tendencies and know exactly what you want. We vibed so quickly and it was so easy.
Well, I know you only have a couple moments left with this team before it's disbanded. I'll let you go enjoy it. Thank you, Leah. Appreciate it. Missy, back to you.
Thanks, Savannah. I'll tell you what, coming into this weekend, we knew that Leah Edmond can play volleyball. She proved to be a draft expert as well this weekend, and now we anxiously await to see if she will retain a top 4 spot on the leaderboard and have an opportunity to go at that draft again next week.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if she can put together another juggernaut. They hit 310 in this match. They completely dominate the weekend, dropping just 1 set, and that was in their first game. Their first game of the night was on Friday. They will be back with a new group, but we will be back in just a little bit. 9:30 Eastern, back here ESPNU. We're going to have Team Valentin Anderson taking on Team Dela Cruz. Congratulations to Team Edmond. Lee Edmond, 16 kills, hits .520 along with 5 blocks for a 75-44 domination.